I want to thank Walmart for sponsoring this video. What's up, everyone? I'm here to give you guys some great TV and accessory deals that are going on right now for a limited time. So I'm going to give you guys a lot better deals, not just expensive TVs as you guys think we always do. I'm going to be going over some lower price TVs because everyone's always like, I can't afford a $10,000 TV. Well, I got you covered today. We're going to start out with some smaller TVs, but at the end of the video, after I go through a couple accessories, I have a fantastic opportunity for a giant TV that I'm going to talk about. So stick around for that. But let's start off with more budget-friendly TVs. And what I'm doing is I'm going to walmart.com because there are some great deals that you can get on the website. So what I did is I went into premium TVs and a bunch of them came up. And the first one here is this Vizio 60Hz M Series Q6. So this TV is a budget-friendly one. It's 55-inch and you know, the price is not bad at all and the performance is solid for how inexpensive the TV is. Got it. It's a pretty clean looking one. I think that if you were to put this in, you know, a kid's room or a guest room or a living room even, 55-inch at this price, very solid. And I think this falls into the same category as the TCLs and Hisenses, but I actually think this is not bad at all. It's a 60 hertz panel, it's direct lit, so it's more of like the basic entry level type, but I like that it has a kind of a cool new remote too, so kind of a refreshed Vizio TV, and I'm a big fan. And in order to get this TV up, I also got this nice Perlemsmith mount, which if you know me, I am a big fan of TV mounts that are lower priced. I've been installing them for many years, and this Perlemsmith mount is solid. You're able to connect it to all sorts of different size TVs, so anything, it says here from 37 to 75, but really anything in that 400 by 400 millimeter VESA pattern or lower to a degree will work really well with this. It can catch 2 studs or 1 stud in the middle, so you have a lot of mounting options, and it's really solid. You get the little level that comes with it, you get some of those little Velcro ties, so makes it very easy to install. And you know, I'm gonna have a couple more TV mounts toward the end of this video, but this one right here will work for a majority of the TVs, and I'm a big fan of it, and that's why I got it. Now, if you are looking to get a 120 hertz Vizio, they also have that too. Now, you could do 4K 120 gaming with this one. It's still a fraction of a price of some of the TVs that I typically talk about. And again, it's a QLED. This one's 120 hertz and it has local dimming. So a lot of positives on this. This one's also a 65 where the other one was a 55-inch. So definitely bigger. I definitely would recommend purchasing this online and just having it shipped to you because a lot of people aren't going to have the space in their car to bring this home. So you might as well just get it shipped. But you can get this on the website, you know, right now until the end of the week. And I think it's a great deal. So how do you differentiate between this 65-inch VQP65C or the 55-inch I was talking about here, the 60 hertz panel? And what I would say to that is, if you're just watching sports or news, or you're just, you know, the TV's on all day and it's not like you're watching movies or gaming, you could definitely go with this one right here, the 55-inch, or even a larger size of this. But with the 60 hertz panel, you'd be totally fine. I mean, if you're just watching news, no big deal. You don't need to upgrade to a more expensive TV. But if you're gaming or if you want a really good movie experience, maybe better contrast levels, all of those things, those are reasons I'd say get this one right here. But either way, since you're getting this TV probably at a pretty good discount, I do think that it's worth it to get a soundbar with it because most TVs don't have fantastic sound quality, and something like this Vizio soundbar, it's a 5.1 soundbar with Dolby Atmos and TTSX, would be a great addition to having that TV. Typically, Vizio has great bass, great sound quality. Connect this with the HDMI, eARC, and you're gonna have a really good system here. So for me, if I had to choose a little bit better of a TV and no soundbar, or something like a more budget-friendly TV, or even that 120 hertz Vizio I just showed, plus this soundbar, I would recommend this because you're just gonna get a overall better picture and sound quality situation than you would if you just had the TV alone. Because if you're gonna move up to something like this Sony Bravia 3, I guess you'd say moving up with regards to perceived, you know, brand recognition, loyalty, all those kind of things. With Sony, now you're talking about a more expensive TV than that Vizio 55-inch that I had up here before. But maybe you want to get this Sony where you know that they're very well known for their, you know, picture quality, they're known for their upscaling, and even, you know, their out-of-box calibration is just typically better than a lot of other brands. So, you know, this is still lower price with regards to some of the Sony brand TVs. So definitely another great option that you could consider. Again, this is direct lit as well, and it also is a 60 hertz TV. This has Google TV operating system, which is my favorite. So there are definitely some differences between this and the other Vizios that I was mentioning, but I think so far they're all really good deals. And another one that we like is TCL too. I like this TCL Q6, also a 60 hertz panel. We had the 98 inch, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, but that's not my best deal of the day, but it's still a pretty good one. But you know, if you're talking about a 65 inch, and again, you're in this range for pricing, I think it's a good opportunity. Now, if you want to go a little bit less expensive and you want to go a little smaller, I do think that these TCL 43 inches are really good deals. I mean, you're talking about a couple $100 or less. You can't really go wrong with the TCL 4K TVs for 200 bucks. I did an install video back in the day and it became popular over time, and I noticed that tons of people were buying this 43-inch TV. So if you're looking for a really good deal, you could go with this 43-inch TV, and then you could grab something like this Perlemsmith mount and pop it up on that, and you have, like, for 250 bucks, a fantastic deal, like right here for a kid's room or a game room or whatever it might be. I think that would be a really good deal as well. So far, so good. And then Samsung does have some in the same range. Now, this is another, 50 bucks higher in price, but I probably would guess that this performs really good. This has the Tizen operating system. It's going to be very similar to the TCL, so both of these TVs you should check out. They're going to be 60 hertz panel, LED type, direct lit, not going to have dimming zones, so the contrast won't be quite as good as some of the more expensive TVs. But I think that these are all great options for budget-friendly TVs. Now we're going to flip the switch and go to something a little bit more expensive, which is one of my favorite TVs of the year. I did the 77-inch version of this, but they happen to have on Walmart.com the 55 and the 65 inch, and you're talking 1,400 bucks, give or take, for this 55 inch. Now this is the cream of the crop, one of the best TVs out there. 120 hertz panel. You get 4 HDMI that do 2.1 gaming. You get the nice new WebOS that has upgradability, the magic remote, all kinds of good stuff. It is an OLED, of course. Maybe I should mention that. So you have basically infinite contrast, amazing specular highlights, really good, black levels, all that kind of stuff. So, there's the 55, and also they have the 65 inch too. So if you're going a little bit bigger, you'd have to decide yourself what's worth a couple $300 for another 10 inch in size here or not. So both of these are really good prices. I love the 77 inch, but I know not everyone has room for a 77 inch in their house, but that's that. And also, if you wanted to go a little bit bigger, but a little bit less expensive, I have 3 different Hisense TVs here that I'm going to show you. First off, we have the 75 U6H. Now, quality-wise, this one's going to be a little bit better, but on the same kind of plane as these TCLs that I was showing you here, this Q6 and the Vizio. Now, the difference between this one is it's a little bit bigger. It's a 75 inch, and these 75 inch TVs typically have a little bit different of a panel, the ADS type panel that I like because it has better viewing angles. But this is the 60 hertz one. This is 600 nits, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, all that. Again, I think that if you're watching, sports or news or whatever, you're going to be totally fine with this. If you're gaming or if you're watching movies, maybe you want to go a little bit higher. And I have one for that too, which is the Hisense U7. This U7 is fantastic, but now it's double the price of the other TV, so it better be, right? But yeah, it's mini LED, it's 120 hertz. It's got all kinds of gaming features. It's great for movies, great contrast, super, super bright, up to 1,500 nits, 144 hertz. You can even connect it to a PC and get some faster speed for gaming. Again, Dolby Vision and all that. So I love this TV. We had it in the house. Huge fan of it. But the only thing is that you can actually get the even next step up, the U8, and that's the same price right now. So for me, I would just go and get this. I mean, the same thing, mini LED, more dimming zones. Now this one's up to 3,000 nits. So it's basically twice as bright, and you get all the upsides of the other one, the 4K 120 gaming up to 144 hertz with a PC. Again, it's a QLED TV, full array local dimming, all kinds of positives. And the difference between this and the U7N is just the brightness. It's brighter, it's better. So if it's the same price, I definitely would get this. And if you're an NBA fan, you can also get 2K25 with this TV. So that's something you should check out. Once you click on the links in the description, go ahead and find out what kind of deals come with this. But all I know is this is a fantastic TV. So yes, a little bit more expensive, But we have one other TV that's even bigger than this for the same price. But first, I want to talk about the other mount. If you're getting a larger TV, this Perlemsmith mount right here, full motion, this would be better for the 75, 85, even the 98-inch TVs would probably hold on this, as long as the pattern is 600 by 400 or smaller and the TV is 150 pounds or less. So I got this one as well, and we could put any TV on this. We got the 75-inch Hisense right here. This is actually the U8N that I was just talking about. So another great opportunity is to get this Perlemsmith mount for 49 bucks along with this awesome 75-inch U8N that I have right here. This is a great combination. I know it's a little bit more expensive than the stuff we were talking about earlier on, but this is really a great deal for a really high quality TV and TV mount that would work great together. And then there's one thing that I want to talk about before I get to that big TV, which is this iBUYPOWER gaming computer. I actually have one that's very similar to this, and I just wanted to let people know I absolutely love it. It's been really good for me. I ended up getting a processor that's like a 2070. So this one's obviously 2 generations newer. And then I have 64 gigabytes of the DDR4. So you can actually upgrade this too. It's really nice. And this is a liquid cooled Intel Core i7. So this is a really high powered PC. So if you're looking to get a gaming PC to match with one of these TVs, this would be one that would work really good. It's just something that I saw on Walmart.com. I thought it was a really good deal, so I thought I might as well share that with you. And then lastly, the big TV that I was talking about, no, I'm just kidding. This is not it. I just thought this is really funny. You have a Beetlejuice inflatable costume for adults. I kind of want to get this. I think it would be really, really funny. It wasn't available yet for me to get, but I think I might get this. I don't know if it would be funny. Let me know in the comments if a giant inflatable Beetlejuice costume would be funny, or if I'm just gonna sweat to death in this thing and it's not a great idea. But you know, there's all kinds of great deals like this on Walmart. So out of the tech realm, but you know, it's something I thought would be funny. So if you guys know my channel, you've seen the review for this Q6 at 98-inch. It's currently, $3K. Maybe it'll go on sale. If it does, I would scoop it up. This is actually 120 hertz version of the same QLED we were talking about, for the 65-inch. So this is actually better. It has the gaming specs. It has everything you'd want. And I think this is a great TV. So I love it because it's a lot less expensive than the QM8 or the QM7 that are a little bit better. But again, what are you gonna get if you keep going up and up? Yes, it's gonna be better, but it's gonna be more expensive. But I think this is a pretty nice, happy medium where it gives you all the specs you'd want from a giant TV for gaming, for watching movies. It's great for watching movies, for sports, for all that. But at the same time, it's a pretty good price point. So if this is in your budget, I would consider it. But for me to show you guys the thing that I'm really excited about is the least expensive 98-inch TV that I've seen to date. This is the ONN 98-inch 4K smart television from Roku. So I think this could be a big seller because this $1,500 is a great deal. Now, we can't get this until actually October 8th. So as soon as this deal comes out, I would check it out, because if you want to get the least expensive 98-inch TV to watch sports or news or whatever it may be, maybe you just have a giant space that you need a giant TV, this price is really unbeatable. And I think it's something to consider. Now, this is a 60 hertz panel, where the other one that I just showed you, the TCL, is a 120 hertz panel. So if you want to get better motion smoothing, things like that, it typically is better on the 120 hertz. And you also have that for gaming. It's going to be better than this. But you can still game on a 60 hertz TV. You can still watch movies very smoothly. You can watch sports. It's still going to be pretty good. And you get that same Roku television inside of it. So, a lot of people like that. It's very straightforward and basic. The one thing that I would consider and tell you guys is that this does have a 700 by 400 millimeter VISA pattern. So that is a little bit larger than some TV mounts. So make sure you get one of those extra large TV mounts, because I think this Perlemsmith, for example, would not hold that TV. So while it's a great deal at $49, it's not going to hold that 98-inch ONN TV. So just make sure that you don't buy an incompatible mount. Make sure you check out the VISA pattern and the weight distribution and all that, because, weight-wise, I don't think this is going to be a problem. But I think this is a really good opportunity. People always come and say, I don't have $10,000 to buy an ultra short throw projector and a big screen and all these things, or a TV that's $10,000 or $25,000 for a 97 or 98 inch. Well, here you go. If you're looking for a big TV, it doesn't get a whole lot better for this, for the price. So those are all the deals that I have for you. Definitely check the links into the description description below because all of them will be listed. You know, go to walmart.com, check them out. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments about any of the products. I'm always happy to answer the questions as fast as humanly possible. And make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps spread the word, and I'll see you guys on the next video.